Right, hello, I hope I find you all well and everything. I'm going to carry on with Manor Lords today. I can only stream for about an hour today, but yeah, hopefully we get some people on in a minute. Right, we need more fuels, we need more woodcutters for that. I guess that's worse because we're in the winter now, so let's pop another woodcutter, say, directly over here and build a road out to it. Right, Rich? Oh, you're right. I'm really liking this just because of, you know, the medieval style of it and everything. Sort of like if Stronghold, I guess, was mostly about economy and everything in more depth rather than a mix of economy and combat. I mean, like I said, this has combat in it, but it's mostly kind of like very basic Total War kind of stuff. Go into the first person view for a bit. Right, cheers Davey. That's my iron mine, I guess. Yeah, we actually had nice weather for once today, as in really sunny, really warm. Actually had to open the windows, which was nice after I got back from dog walking. So, made a nice change. Now of interest, when you click that, where does that actually spawn you? Ah, roughly above where you're looking on the camera. Okay, good to know. That sounds nice. Yeah, I just walked the dogs today and then, you know, got home, opened the windows. But I walked home today rather than getting the bus because it was nice. I thought might as well walk a bit of a mile and a bit back. And there was a bumblebee a bit dazed on the path, so I picked that up and put on some flowers nearby so nobody stood on it. Because, you know, I actually like bees compared to wasps.
Step right up and sample.
My little market then. Oh, another full generic storage. Does that mean I have to buy another one? And then man it. Oh, yeah, it's a farmer's field there, isn't it? So, yeah, I still keep meaning to get a new air rifle at some point as well, Rich, and get back into air rifle shooting when I get a chance. You know, like an Air Arms one or a really nice high-end one. I still obviously want it to be like brake barrel or, you know, one of the hand pump sort of pneumatic ones. I don't want a PCP or a CO2 one, because obviously I like the idea that it's a self-contained air rifle. But again, it's getting around to choosing a model I like and then buying it and getting time to shoot it and everything. So that was the speed up button, wasn't it? X, there we go. Alright, Nick? So can I do the spectation and... No, it goes to normal speed when you spectate, okay. Yeah, exactly, because yeah, that was the problem I had with eventually with my, as much as I think it was a really good air rifle, my Crossman Nitro Venom. That eventually, what happened through years of, you know, breaking the barrel open, loading a pellet and closing it, and doing videos where I demonstrated, you know, why you want to not bear trap your finger, the barrel over time got slightly misaligned. And then obviously what happened is, the more you shot it, the more, you know, the barrel could creep away from where the scope would be. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I'd want one where the barrel probably feeds via, you know, like a top little hatch or whatever. And then you know, like, use the... You cock the charge, you know, whatever you want to call it, like the air compressors on a different bit. Because yeah, that way, if the barrel's never moving, you know, you breech load the barrel or whatever via a little slot or whatever, you're not gonna have barrel misalignment issues. So yeah, I'd agree with you there. Quite like one that feeds a bit like my Martini Henry, where, you know, you open a trapdoor at the top to thumb the pellet in, but it's an underneath sort of brake barrel kind of thing. Yeah, like I said, air arms do some really nice ones. Again, like I was saying, it's more of a thing that I'd really like one, you know, to get a scope on. I need one as well, really, that has backup irons, because I don't like the idea of the ones that are you know, rail only, that only are meant to fit scopes. I like the idea that it's got good iron sights on it, as it's standard, and then a rail for fitting, you know, a nice quality scope to as well. Yeah, I had to keep shimming my scope with the Nitro Venom after a while. You know, to the point it got where you couldn't really shim the scope to keep it on centre. Because obviously the barrel was creeping away from, like, you know, and I know that's a thing that real rifles have as well, actually. It's sort of a manufacturing problem. But yeah, it was obviously became very notable on the break barrel air rifle, where every time, you know, every dozen, like, you know, breaks the barrel open and shooting it kind of thing, you'd get the barrel creep a bit more to one side, and it wouldn't, you know, you'd have to move the scope, because you couldn't zero the scope to actually creep with the barrel. Yeah, it annoys me, Nick, because I like the idea of irons as a backup thing, and then, you know, a good scope is your primary thing. And I know that you can get scopes that have emergency irons built onto the scope. That's still not the point. It's, you know, I like the idea that the rifle itself is kind of sighted out the box, and then you put a good quality scope on it. Okay, let's fully staff that woodcutter's lodge. And my supplies have been going up anyway. What's that then? Oh, just somebody's borage thing there. Got a big, I have a vegetable garden in this. Was it getting to spring again? Have I got another point level? Oh, that was the thing I did before I saved it and quit yesterday, but it didn't obviously count it. There we go. For 75 quid with current gas mask prices, if it's a good quality FM12 and everything, I'd say yeah. Because bear in mind, you can always replace the filters if you want even newer ones. Because my personal opinion now is get a really good quality Milsert mask for a good price like that, or if you're buying a new mask, get a Chinese one. How is my capitalism oppressing the communists going in my commune? Yeah, fairly well, I think. I got a forester's hut. That one. Let's get some more foresters and see if we can naturally regrow the area then. Some gathering, isn't it, the forester's hut? Yeah. Is that a Y-Route one? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good, Nick. Yeah, like I said, it's Y-Route and Air Arms are generally, I think, a couple of years ago when I wanted to get one, the two companies I decided on. But yeah, I always like the idea of something with irons, because weirdly, out of the two air guns I have, where I had the Crossman Venom with the scope when it was still goodly accurate, and I had the BSA Hornet, which is like £100 air gun. The BSA Hornet with its irons, I actually had more fun shooting. Yeah, it was very lovely today. I actually walked home and rescued a bumblebee I was saying off the footpath, so nobody stood on it. Put it on my hand, and obviously it didn't sting me. It was quite happy sitting there, and then I put on a load of flowers. See if we can get some more burrages upgraded. Yep, we can. Yeah, I had no hay fever today either, yeah, like you were saying. Oh yeah, so they're the foresters. Look, you can see them planting new trees. Right, what are my little alerts? Let's go back to normal speed. Pantry is full, not a bad problem to have. Storage is full. Right, okay, so, where's that new storehouse I built over here somewhere? That one. We have already assigned 2 people to it. Right, let's increase the capacity of that coronary use thing in the storehouse. Put an extra person in there. There we go, that's good. More people employed. Is that an antihistamine, Rajiv? Sorry. If so, it blocked if you said another message on it. Well, this game's saying 55. I'm liking it so far. Oh, speaking of, I think it's today, I'm not sure, that the Stronghold Definitive Edition, the Wolf DLC came out, so I'll probably buy that later. I don't want it to pause. There we go. Right, let's put the game on fast forward and see if my economy doesn't destroy itself. While we've got unemployed families, I'm going to make some more foresters' huts and see if we can reforest this entire area. And I'll just make some more burrages so we can get a couple more workmen to replace them. So that one isn't a residential. Do you have to start it from the road like that? Seems a bit random sometimes where you can put them. No, I didn't, Rich, but that's bloody annoying. I saw that there was some lunatic, again with a sword, stabbing people. That would make everything worse for all of us. Right, are they building the houses where I told them to? That one's been built. Let's do vegetables. Oh, I did chickens on it. Whoops. Yeah, exactly. Because Amazon deliver kitchen knives. That's another thing I find weird, is the websites that won't sell bladed items that aren't kitchen knives. So you're selling knives to people, but apparently it's alright if it's for the kitchen. If it's any other type of knife, nope, we won't sell it. Right, are they starting to build these foresters' huts yet? Yeah, I've had weird stuff like that, where stuff gets labelled as something it's not entirely, you know, a completely different rob. Again, like I'll say loads of times, is half the time I've bought radioactive items, even when, you know, the seller openly knows it's radioactive, and Royal Mail says that it's against their rules and they have checks about radioactive items, they've come via Royal Mail, so a postman's getting irradiated without even knowing about it, because Royal Mail clearly don't know when radioactive shit's getting posted through their network. Which again really annoys me, because of like, if there was actual terrorism stuff to do with that, that's really bad. Like I said, luckily for me it's benign stuff, you know, where I'm not going to hurt anybody with it. I just want it for testing Geiger counters, whatever, you know. But it's the fact that they have rules against it, but they clearly don't enforce them. Yeah, Nick, like somebody's got sort of a toothbrush with a rusty old like shaving razor or pencil sharpener blade in it for cutting their vegetables. Quite tempted to actually just save this here now and start a new village again, just so we can see if we can make the infrastructure even better. Right, so let's main menu again. New game. Let's be a woman. Or that guy. Jorg. Friedlin. Yeah, Dips, that sounds a stupid name. Dips the snail, why not? That's a stupid icon. But again, we're going to make it as easy as possible. Yeah, we won't have bandits spawn because we're still learning the game. The fish, alright? Alright, we're in this corner of the map again. Nuslo. We have got berries. Alright, where's our little camp? There we go. Right. Right, so first we're going to want to actually get basic supplies, so a logging camp. Is it going to place it there? What's it doing? Oh, it's because it's the tutorial's breaking it. There we go. Woodcutter's Lodge on that side. And a hunting camp, that will do to start with. Then we want some burrages, which are houses. Yeah, again, what's the difference between a military knife and a regular knife? Oh, you've reminded me, I want to see if I can find a replica M1 carbine bayonet to buy. Because the Miltech M7 bayonet I've got is really good. So if Miltech do an M1 carbine bayonet, I'd definitely buy that.
Said it in my face. Tried to carve me a new nipple.
Summer's coming soon. Soon with pizzas.
Yeah, green knives, fluorescent green knives. You see them from further away and they inspire terror in the hearts of all chavs. The zombie knife. Now I want to kind of do one of those AI David Attenborough documentaries on it. The zombie knife is the most dangerous of all knives. Lurking in plain sight, glowing easily to see. I know my goods are exposed, game, because I don't have a pantry or a granary yet. Yeah, I'll have to try and remember to do one then about the zombie knives. The fluorescent orange and the fluorescent green handle.
Who's using the auger? I need to drill holes for the pegs.
Fuck's sake. The only thing I've had like that is when I used to work in a retail shop, I got refused, I refused to sell a woman Call of Duty, because, not that I cared she was buying it for her kid, but she was a young mother chav, and I thought she might have been under 18, and she had a fucking go at me, and I was like, I'll go buy it from Game round the corner then, but yeah, I didn't want to get done, you know, and have a fine, lose my job over the fact that, you know, this 16-year-old might have been trying to buy an 18 game. So yeah, very Vicky Pollard type girl. Yeah, but I don't have ID, but, you know, it's like, I know you're buying it for your kid, that wasn't the part I cared about. I ain't getting done, love, because you're, you know, you got pregnant at 9 or whatever. That's alright, a quick advice on the mask, yeah. No worries. FM12's a good mask. Right, so I definitely want to make, let's go on to the slower speed, I definitely want to make carrots in the gardens of all of them. Let's get 2 more little houses then. Australian, let me just check I'm reading it right, because it's small text on my phone. Most of the Australian mastler fish are British ones, as in a lot of them were built in Australia by Australian rubber companies, but they're like the old World War II style British ones. Now I'm trying to think with modern Australian masks that they use. Yeah, they had the S10, didn't they call it like the ADF 10, like Australian Defence Forces 10 or something? But yeah, most of the Australian masks are basically British masks that they built under licence or for free at one point, you know, before Australian independence. Yeah, a bit like, you know, all the Australian Lee Enfields and stuff like that. So, I don't actually know what the current day Australian mask is, but I know, yeah, they used to have the S10 as the ADF 10, and they used to have, like, their own version of the general service respirators. But yeah, basically all the old Australian masks are just the British style ones. Same with Canada and everyone else. That they did the thing of, you know, because they were independent or not quite independent at that point, they just used the British equipment. But a lot of it is domestically made, so you know you can find the Australian or Canadian factories that made that sort of stuff. Sometimes with slight different designations, but they're basically that design. Right, so we've got a couple of little farming houses, and a hunter, a woodcutter, and a proper lumber mill. The interesting one, if I remember right, of the Australian ones, is there's an Australian version of the light anti-gas respirator that's actually camouflaged. And I don't think it's painted rubber, I think they actually dyed the rubber during the rubber production process. That's quite interesting. They're pretty rare as far as I'm aware. But, yeah, that's like one of the ones I can remember jumping out at me, is the, light anti-gas respirator. That's the Australian one that's actually made from, like, different coloured rubbers. Where they somehow assembled, you know, like, different coloured rubbers. So it's a bit like the, old, what's the camo pattern that, the British used? Like, really, really early one before, like, DPM. It's like Rhodesian camo's based on brushstroke, like whatever you want to call it, like brushstroke, that sort of thing, where it looks like somebody's got a big paintbrush and, you know, done various like brown greens kind of in a brushstroke. They basically had an Australian version of that. It's green brown, you know, and I'm trying to remember if the last colour is black or like white, but yeah, they did a sort of 3-colour light anti-gas respirator like that. I don't know about that, Rich, but I know there was some, like, Channel 4 thing, I don't know if it was Hollyoaks, about some incel using a crossbow to kill women or something, that they fucking made up just because it was popular at the time. This shithole is raining, my lord. Let's build him a granary then, and a storehouse. Right, we need to go in about 10 minutes, I'm afraid, but we'll see how good we can get this little village before then. So everybody has carrots in their garden. And what I'm going to do now is build them a little trading post. And then, hopefully, once they've got the trading post, we can get them selling their excess of whatever they've got, and we can use it for money to upgrade some of our other bits. Not a new message. Is it my storehouse has weapons for it? Yeah, armament delivery. There we go. Oh, we can get some berries, can't we, here? Okay, that's foraging, isn't it? Forager hut, there we go. They're still not that cheap over here anymore, S10s, but yeah, they were cheap at one point. Going back to about 2010, you know, around the time I was 18, they used to be fairly cheap. But yeah, it was on those masks that, yeah, over time suddenly has become more and more expensive. But like I said, Australia has its own version of the S10, the SDF-10, whatever it's, sorry, ADF-10, Australian Defence Forces 10. So if you look on Australian eBay, it's probably called an ADF-10, not an S10, or whatever the Australian designation is for it. But yeah, it's just a licensed S10 for Australia. The Australian NBC suits are really cool in that kind of Flecktarny looking thing that's not Flecktarn Australia has. Is it Ozpat or something? I don't know the name of it. But like a sort of yellow, brown, green sort of swatchy camo. Let's try apple orchards. Are the apple orchards? We do need a marketplace.
Who's using the auger? I need to drill holes for the pegs.
Yeah, ADF-10 as far as I'm aware is pretty much an S10. I'll have a look quickly for you now while I'm waiting for those buildings to build. AustralianGasMasks.com. The ADF-10 is the Australian modified version of the S10 respirator. The main modification of the ADF-10 was a replacement of the rubber head harness, the harness seen with the Avon FM12 respirator, in order to increase user comfort in Australia's hot climate. Additionally, the ADF-10 used the FM12's drinking tube assembly. and it comes in large, medium, small and extra small. So yeah, sounds pretty good. But yeah, like I said, the ADF-10 is basically the Australian S10, just better, I guess, because it's a bit later on. And I love the aesthetic of them. I'll just put the link in the chat that I'm looking at here with them, with that Aussie camo, whatever it's called, plus Steyr Orgs. If I can get a link up to this thing. Right, yeah, that's the annoying thing. I'm just trying to get a picture of this up from that website I was looking at of it, but I think they're doing that annoying thing where, oh, our pictures are protected, you can't open them as a tab sort of thing. Now I can download image, but that's not what I want to do. Oh, if I download image, can I now copy the link? Copy image, there we go, I can post it in the chat now. Right, let's see if it lets me post it. It says I copied the link, but it doesn't want to post it in the YouTube chat now, that's annoying. Copy image. Oh, it's probably copying the image, isn't it? Not the image location. Share image, there we go, then we can copy the image location, copy image or link, there we go. Now I should be able to post it in a chat. Oh, sorry, the link is too long for YouTube, annoyingly, because that's limited to 200 characters.
I'll go deaf to all that hammering.
But yeah, anyway, I'm on the site called AustralianGasMasks.com that have some images of it and the info on it. But basically it's a better version of the S10, so see if you can find that for a good price where you are. Roach, I don't think they are. There was one that said Hey Mate that just came through. But if you did any others, they haven't come through, no. Yeah, but how do I grow my apples? Yeah, annoyingly I can't send it. Yeah, so just look ADF-10 up in Google later on, you should find a thing on it. But yeah, I'll literally have to go in a few minutes, I'm afraid. Did confirm, didn't it, the Apple thing, yeah. Is Apple Orchard a house thing? Let's have a look. So let's build some more houses and have a look. Okay, so construction, Burridge. Let's put to full speed. Oh, is this one that's too bloody small for a garden? Alright, let's build some more and try again. Okay. Right, it's going to be that workman symbol, isn't it, in the garden that means that they can do something. Yeah, have a good evening or day. Probably morning for you, isn't it, at the moment? Or is it late evening in Australia? Because you're going to be about 8 hours in front of us or whatever it is, so, or ahead of us even, sorry. So yeah, that would make you very early morning, I guess, or late at night. So you have a good night, good morning, whatever it is. Right, okay, let's have a look in a second if I can build some garden things and then have a look. Is that where the orchard is? Ah yeah, apple orchard. I need 50 wealth. Okay, I've got a trading post, haven't I? So we assign somebody to that, then we click trade.
This is heavier than it looks.
And we can sell some of our crap we don't need. And let's sell the hides. So hides. Trade, is that the one we want to do? Yeah, there we go, this trading post generated some money, so we've got 54 now, so... that one. There we go, apple orchard. Produces apples, apple harvest. If that's September every year, how long is it going to take before, is that the bottom right? Yeah, August, there we go. So you get month by month, yeah. I just don't know how long each month lasts in this. Yeah, Roach, without knowing which version it is, it's hard to say. So like I said, the mask itself is really good, it just depends if you have a really crap straps on it or not. So it is kind of hard for me to recommend it or not recommend it, because the mask face piece itself, the face blank, I really like. It's just, it depends what it comes bundled with. You know, does it have good quality straps and it's a great mask? If it has awful straps, then it's pretty much useless. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have to go now. So orchards are built in people's gardens, is what we've learnt. And it takes some months and months to harvest the apples. So the carrots are kind of better because they just harvest them all year long, their veg. Right, anyway, have a good day everybody. I'll finish streaming this now because like I said I do have to go, but yeah, I'd recommend this if you like sort of medieval RTS games, sort of city builder games. This is very good. Very comfy. And new mercs available, even though I've found no way of hiring mercs yet in this game, but whatever. Alright, see you Rajev. Yeah, have a good day.